I wanted to make a zine for a long time, so after mocking up the easiest one that I found on the tube, it was time to shoot the frames. I love coffee, and in my country Bulgaria, for many years, and maybe today as well, the Turkish coffee was used to tell the future by reading the coffee grounds. To make it real deal, I bought old jezva vessel and grinder for the project. To spice it up, I chose Phoenix 200 ISO in black and white stand development. Hey, what can go wrong here, right? So, to back it up, thankfully, I was going to duplicate the frames on Monopan 50 ISO, since I felt it like a good sensitivity for overexposing the Phoenix. Leica R4 as a main camera and Leica Flex SL on a Macro Elmar 100mm bellows lens was my weapons of choice. The original Turkish coffee is made on a hot sand, but this was going to be too much of a hustle, and the focus was on making the zine, so I got as authentic as possible, measured the light and kicked off the shooting process. Making the coffee on a stove, you have to lift it up a few times since it boils up quickly, and I wanted to catch the rising foam caused by the brewing. And if you're not quick enough, this happens. Then I poured the beverage and let it sit for a while, mimicking the drinking process. In excitement, I forgot the way the cup should be turned over the plate and completely butchered the ritual. However, there was no turning back, plus I'm learning to embrace imperfections and to accept non-planned results. For the second frame, using the macro lens, I tried to make connection between the coffee beans and the bowl at the end of the grinder lever. During the search of a viewpoint for macro shot of coffee grounds through the bottom of the cup, I accidentally saw the shapes and the light for the third frame. The future is seen in the various shapes and forms of the coffee grounds, so when you look inside the cup you have to free your imagination and open your mind for interpretations and gut feelings. This video is made in association with the Enhancer Film Emulation. For the color shot I wanted to have the three elements of the coffee ceremony and symbolize the veil of the unknown with this thin white curtain, which is slightly pulled out the way by the clairvoyance, allowing us to see the future. At this point the synchro cable started to fail me heavily, and the last option was to set the camera on bulb mode and trigger the strobes manually. I tried to catch the steam of the hot coffee, but the light was probably not right, or the stand development haven't revealed enough of it. The last easy shot of the project was focused on the source, the coffee beans. My most ambitious performance was caused by my romantic fantasy about catching a pouring coffee into the cup. I knew that this is very hard to be done, so I left it for the end in order to mess up the background without worries. After a few miserable attempts, I have checked the footage and I liked the splash of the liquid on the background and decided to switch the concept and show the whole scene from above. It was time to stand develop the films. The Phoenix was unusable and thankfully the Monopan had the needed level of exposure and development. For those of you that are interested in the process of development, I made another episode that is on the channel, so you can check it. After designing and printing the zine, I had to fold and cut. There was white left over at the edges of the pages, which I've considered in the design but forgot to inform the print shop, so they manually cut it off and made the pages uneven rectangles, making the folding uneven and twisted. However, the main goal was the process from shooting to printing and finalizing the zine. What I've learned through that adventure is that plans are good, but struggle is inevitable, and I have to push through, don't give up, adapt and finish the project. I'm very happy with the results and I have more plans of zines in the coming future. Plus, I was making the shots, not just taking pictures, while training my discipline to work on my art projects, something that I am struggling with. For those of you that are interested in that design of a zine, I'll leave a link for a video that explaining the folding and cutting in detail. Thanks for watching, thanks for all the support, all the subscribers and all the likes, and I'll be more than happy to hear from you, to share your experience with your art projects, your zines and whatever. So leave a comment and till the next time.